the 80th anniversary of D-Day approaches, we continue to remember and honor those who didn't make it home.
And that includes the 20 Bedford boys of rural Virginia. Maria Lena Dolores has their story.
Bedford, Virginia, nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, sits the town with a population of less than 7,000 people. As in many small towns in the 1940s, the corner drugstore was the place to be. But on July 17, 1944, it was the spot where everything changed in a matter of minutes.
Good morning, Bedford. We have casualties.
That was the message that came over the Western Union teletype machine 6 weeks after the D-Day invasion.
That truly was the day that Bedford fell on its knees.
In time, the town of 3,200 would learn that 20 young men died in the D-Day invasion, the nation's highest known per capita D-Day loss.
Had it been New York City that suffered the same per capita loss, New York City's casualty rate would have been 46,000 men.
That corner drugstore is now home to the Bedford Boys Tribute Center, founded 5 years ago by Ken and Linda Parker. The couple from Oklahoma City was researching D-Day ahead of their planned trip to Normandy for the 75th anniversary when they learned about the heroism of the Bedford Boys.
And it was such a gripping story of the sacrifice of a small little town.
So instead of going to Normandy, they moved to Bedford and opened the Tribute Center. Inside the Bedford Boys Tribute Center is a collection of personal effects from the Bedford Boys, a group of 20 young soldiers who lost their lives in D-Day in an instant. From their childhoods to their time in the Virginia National Guard, this center serves as a reminder of their sacrifice and their legacy.
Taylor Fellers, the captain of the Bedford Boys, was my uncle, my mother's oldest brother.
Captain Taylor Fellers was 29 years old when he led Company A onto the beaches of Normandy.
And he knew that it was a very important job that they were doing. And I'm convinced that he knew when they went to Omaha Beach that they would not return.
Elizabeth Beverly never met her uncle.
But I always knew him because he was a part of every family conversation, every gathering. We remembered Taylor.
Alongside Captain Fellers were twin brothers, Roy and Ray Stevens.
And one of the questions I asked Roy, what stuck out in your mind that day and what you remember the most, he said the noise. It's just overwhelming.
David is their nephew. Ray and Roy both landed on the beaches of Normandy. Roy survived, Ray did not.
A lot of men made an ultimate sacrifice. This community did. And one of the sayings, and I've heard Roy say it, freedom isn't free. What they did, the sacrifice they made is amazing.
And now these families and the public have a place to remember the sacrifices of the Bedford Boys for generations to come. In Bedford, Virginia, I'm Maria Lena Dolores.
Our 1 hour special D-Day, The Greatest Victory, will air tonight at 8 o'clock on CBS 17. You'll hear firsthand accounts from veterans.